Hi, I'm Loz,
And I'm Ali, and welcome to Say It Like a Mum.
and this is our 4th episode. So last time we covered obviously my birth. We both have had an induction and both ended up in a C-section in the end. Obviously I had to have an induction because I didn't have enough fluid in my stomach, and then it resulted into an emergency C-section because of how I took to the induction. But we didn't really touch on your C-section. We touched on the fact you had to have an induction because of the gestational diabetes. And your cervix was obviously
Like that,
closed,
not like that.
and it should have been like that. But we've not touched on the fact that you had to go for an elective and potentially why you had to go for an elective in a sense.
The gels weren't working, and they'd basically given me.
And just having a Bacardi breezer, and my lips just got stuck to it. I'm gonna get rid of the bottle because that. Right, so yeah, you had to go. Your gels weren't working.
Yes, gels weren't working, and they were like, "You're more than welcome to let's try another gel," but then it's obviously another either 4 to 6 hours, and I was like, "Really? Like, I'm just completely fed up of it." And I'd already seen the doctor, and obviously I'd been talking to the midwives, and the doctor had already been in to see me, obviously, about my cervix, and was basically saying, go for a C-section. But obviously they're like that, aren't they? We can't tell you what to do.
Can't tell you exactly what to do. That's the hard point.
Because it's not an emergency, which is just crazy. But anyway, so it was at this point where they were like, would you like to try another gel? And I'd said, like, can I just have a bit of time? And they were like, yep, doesn't matter whether we do it now or in 6 hours or whatever. Like, it hasn't worked, so waiting just doesn't matter. Anyway, and I was speaking to Kieran, and Kieran was like, it has to be your decision.
Yeah, exactly.
And I remember it being change of shift for the midwives. And this lovely midwife came on, and she introduced herself and was like, I'm going to be looking after you tonight.
Was that when Kieran was asleep?
So Kieran had fallen asleep.
Yeah.
And obviously so Kieran had fallen asleep, and I burst into tears. I was overwhelmed, emotional. I was absolutely knackered. You don't sleep,
and even when you do sleep, you're not resting the same as what you would do.
Nope. And I mean, you haven't been sleeping for weeks anyway, because you're so uncomfy and you're getting up every 5 minutes to go for a wee. So anyway, she was so lovely, and I was just bawling my eyes out to her. Again, I don't know how Kieran didn't wake up. And she would just like calmed me right down and was like, look, stay calm. Like, it's fine. You don't need to make a decision now. I want you to sleep on it. And the scary thing is that because I was having to decide how I was going to give birth, but obviously there'd been all this talk of the fact that there is a possibility that he would get stuck because of my cervix and I wouldn't be able to give birth naturally. But then obviously there's all the emergency and the complications that come with it. Obviously, if he does get stuck, why is he stuck? Is he still breathing properly? Heart rate, So that was all racing through my mind. So the doctors had been saying, obviously, it's more than likely going to end up in a C-section, but it would be an emergency because they can't tell you unless it's an emergency, which it still baffles me. But anyway, because they're more than happy for you to try. Well, that's scary.
It is, and I think as well, when mine was an emergency, I still got a choice.
Yeah.
But it was more of like you don't really have a choice, but you do, if that makes sense. And I think in your position, it's completely different, because when you have a choice and you've got time to process it and think about it, you feel like there's so much weight on you to make the right decision. Whereas in the moment of emergency C-section, that adrenaline's going, and you're like, right, the baby needs to come out for it, so him and me.
Yeah, your adrenaline's going, isn't it?
Yeah, it's completely different.
So she said to me, she was like, I want you to try and get some rest, and we'll just nip in the middle of the night, obviously, to just do a quick obs. But she was like, no one's going to bother you. I'll get the doctor to come and see you in the morning on the rounds. So it'd be like 8:30, 9 o'clock or something. So anyway, we actually managed to get some sleep and stuff and what have you. But I felt so relaxed at that point that I actually did have good few hours sleep.
Because all sometimes you need is
Yeah.
someone, to just explain
Yeah.
what's genuinely happening to you. Because I feel like people don't want to scare you into a situation or anything, so they're so like tiptoeing round it.
Yeah.
And this woman obviously just spoke to you genuinely, which is what you needed.
Absolutely. And like, I just needed that. You know, when you just need someone warm who you can just say whatever you want to. Yeah. And it all felt really comfortable. And yeah, anyway, so by this point, obviously, I'd not spoken to Kieran because he was fast asleep. So anyway, I think when we'd woken up in the middle of the night when she came round to check on us, I think that's when me and Kieran ended up speaking, and I was like, they're going to come round in the morning, Anyway, so we got to the morning. I was like, what am I going to do? And again, he was just, it's up to you. I can't make that decision. It's your body. But then I was like, yeah, but it's our baby. Like,
yeah, you kind of want a joint decision in the moment.
Yeah, but then I get it because it's major surgery. Anyway, the doctor came round and spoke to them, and then it was kind of like, yes, that is a good decision, as in because there's so much that could possibly happen, and obviously the induction gels weren't really working. And then obviously once they've given you, so say like, I can't remember the exact like dose amounts, but say there's like 6 mil, so they can give you like 2 mil, 2 mil, 2 mil.
Yeah.
Once you've had that full 6 mil,
you can't have any more, can you?
Can't have any more, and then I think it's like a 24-hour break. Yeah. And I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, I've been here 2 days already.
Leave the hospital
No.
until you've had the baby.
Yeah. Yes.
The minute you go in, they say you're not leaving here without the baby.
Yeah. Once we'd spoken to the doctors, and then yes, it was agreed that I'm going to go for an elective C-section. So then the anaesthetist came down and spoke to me, this, that, the other, and then they were like, right, you're booked in for tomorrow morning, so you're free to go, or you can stay here. And I was like, what? And Kieran had actually already just nipped home.
Yes, he had. I remember this.
Anyway, the doctors had come in and were speaking to me, obviously, while Kieran's not there. And I was like, I've signed the paperwork type stuff. I was like, so we're going home. And he was like, what? Do you not just want to stay in? I was like, absolutely not. No. I want to wash my hair.
If you've got a minute to try and look presentable, then do it.
We'd been in there for a good stint, and I was so fed up. I wanted to get out properly. Like, we kept going for walks and stuff, but there's only so many walks you can do around that pissing hospital ground.
Yeah, I know.
So Kieran had to drive all the way back and picked me up, and we went home, and we had the full day. We were home for lunchtime-ish. I had a good, like, nice shower in my own house, got comfy, and obviously we went to bed. But then we were booked back in for, I think, did we have to be back at the hospital for like 8 in the morning or something?
You did have to be back early.
Yeah. He was here for 9:55, I think you were born.
It was really early, but it felt like the longest.
Yours felt longer though, Loz.
No, Ali, trust me. I was sat there, I remember feeding Ruben on his nursery chair, and I was like, texting you going, have you had him yet? Have you had him yet? Have you had him? And I was like,
and there was just no reply.
There's no reply. But obviously, once you have your baby as well, you don't want to jump on your phone straight away. I didn't personally, and I wanted, people needed updates, but I was like, I don't want to give anyone updates because that means going on my phone, and I want to just have the moment.
I just want to have the moment, like my baby's here, like it's mental. And me and Kieran actually got really excited about that because we were like, oh my God, he's coming tomorrow. Like,
you could plan it in a sense.
Yeah, his birthday is the 14th of December. Like,
it's crazy.
It was mental. So the C-section in itself, don't get me wrong, those nerves, I don't think I'll ever forget those nerves because I wasn't nervous while I was at home. I was completely relaxed. But then once I was led in that little side room waiting for the surgeon to come in and see me, and I'm all like gowned up and stuff, that's when it kicked in.
I think it's actually, your situation would have been so much scarier than mine as well, because I didn't really have time to think about anything. Whereas you, that's what I was saying, you had time to process everything. So the nerves would come on differently. Whereas my nerves, I didn't have any because I just wanted the pain to stop.
Yeah, I didn't shut up. I was chatting and chatting and chatting because I think that's what I do when I'm a bit nervous. And they were so lovely. And you walk down to theatre, and actually on the way down to theatre, I'd seen one of these nurses who had been looking after me the whole way through. And it was so nice to just see her right before I was entering that surgery room.
Yeah, because you probably made like a little rapport with her, like a little relationship.
Oh my God, good luck, congratulations, I'll come and see you. And she did. She came onto the ward like 6 hours later, and she was like, I'm just finishing my shift. I just wanted to come and say hi. Oh my God, I'm going to cry. But
I go back to the moment though in a heartbeat. I really would. So did you go back onto your private suite?
no. So obviously, once you've done the surgery and everything, which is crazy, but my experience was actually really, really good. They were so good. So you obviously get wheeled up onto the delivery suite, and you have a moment there, and then that's when they're like weighing your baby and all this, that, the other,
And where you got the best pictures of your life
oh my God,
by your midwife photographer.
she was so good, so good. That was like the first time I properly seen Luca though.
Yeah, because he kept getting whipped off, didn't he, when he was in the actual theatre.
Yeah, I'd not seen him for it must have been 10 minutes when he was first born, and they were all chatting about the colour of his hair, and I was like, what are you on about?
It was as black as your shirt now.
And I was like, well, what are you on about? What colour is his hair? And they were like, black. And I was like, black?
I know.
Like, what? But then now he's like a little mousy brown blondie, like
Proper, like
weird.
toned down, hasn't it?
Yeah. And I loved his black hair. Oh my God, he had that big fluffy head of black hair, didn't he? It was so much.
I just find it mad how different though. We always say this, how different two babies can look.
Oh my God.
Ruben had a round head and was bald.
Bald up until God knows how long.
Till last week. But
Luca's had about 9 haircuts and Ruben's had 1.
Luca's got a fringe.
Like,
You could style Luca's hair, whereas Ruben's, he has to have short back and sides.
so we had his haircut today, Luca, and I was on about Ruben and Luca's hair, how different they were to my hairdresser. The hairdresser that comes to do Luca's, she's so good with kids and cutting hair. I don't know how she does it. She's honestly amazing.
I don't know how our barber does it with Ruben.
Because she was like, it's gorgeous, gorgeous. And I was like, he's had so much hair though, or like ever since he was born. And I was like, and I just don't want to give him a short back and sides yet.
I don't know whether, the thing is though, when he had it cut short, he really suited it, Al.
He did really suit it, but I've not gone short.
No, but he proper suited it. No, I get it though, because it would be such a drastic change, and I think until he wants to have short back and sides, if he ever does. But we only do that for Ruben because he has got such a funky hairline.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's receding already, and he's only 18 months old, bless him.
Ruben has Ruben has hair, but Ruben has 0 hair compared to how much hair Luca's got. Let's put it that way.
You notice, right? I don't know whether Lucas has gone.
No.
I don't know whether Lucas' hair's gone like this. Ruben's has gone really coarse.
No.
Like it's started to feel like adult hair.
No.
Soft baby hair. Yeah. It's gone the feeling, and it's gone like Stuart's. It's really coarse.
No. Lucas still has like lovely.
Does Kieran have fluffy hair though?
Like yes, it's like in between.
Yeah, see, Stuart's is quite coarse. So
I need to feel Stuart's hair. Like, Stuart, can I just feel hair? Like, oh yeah, no, yeah. But I just think as well, they're only little once, and he suits his hair like it is.
Soon he'll be going to your mum. Yeah. I want short back and sides, or a night tick in back.
A fucking night ticking back, yeah, right. I swear to God, if Kieran ever comes on and he's let him do that, I will. Oh my God.
I think I'd find it hilarious, but I'd also be looking like, oh my God.
You would laugh, and you like egging him on, and I'd be like, Laws, really? Like, really? That's not even funny.
I must get Adidas on back.
I'll shave one into his end and see how he likes it.
Oh, honestly.
But
go on, you were saying, so let's jump
back.
Let's jump back to, because I remember a funny story that you once told me, right? And it was the first night home with Luca.
Right, I'm sorry everybody, but I'm just going to open my other beer as well. Oh my God, right. So, come back to that story in a minute because we're nearly there, aren't we? So
the listeners need to hear that story though, because honestly, I was howling when you told me about it.
And it's going to get more and more passionate again because we're doing it again. We're reliving it. Right. Okay. So, blah, 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 blah. Right. This is me fast forwarding. So, we were obviously in the private, what's it called? Birthing suite, whatever it is. Birthing ward.
That room that you have when you just have them, when they're fresh.
So you're having a minute. We're obviously having all these pictures taken, which is so lovely. And then we're obviously like, oh my God, he's here. Yeah. Anyway, so then we got wheeled down onto the ward, and I am holding Luca. That moment when you are holding your baby and you're led on that bed, and they are wheeling that bed down onto that delivery, like that birthing ward, wherever you go in. Oh my God.
Holding him for the first time though, right? And I just didn't even know how to feed him. And I remember Stuart holding him, and I got a picture, and Stuart didn't know how to feed him, and he's so tight on us all because we actually don't know what we're doing.
I feel like I was a bit more natural, but Kieran, bless him. So Kieran got to hold him in the surgery room. Yeah, and I didn't. I just got like a...
I was just doing like that, stroking his face. But Stuart held him for the whole time, pretty much. Well, he did for the whole time that I was getting stitched back up.
Yeah, no, Kieran did actually. He was giving him a bottle.
Can I quickly ask, right? Do you remember? I can't remember this, and I need you to kind of. Stuart can't remember either. When you're getting wheeled back from the theatre, do you have your baby on you, or are they wheeled separately? Because I can't remember if Ruben was in my arms or if I was getting wheeled separately.
No. So we got from the surgery room to the birthing suite. Luca was separate. Luca was in like that trolley, I'm sure he was.
Because I cannot remember getting from the surgery to the delivery room, and I can't remember if he was separate or if he was already on me.
Then once...
No, because he got passed to me. He got passed to me when I was in the birthing suite.
Yeah. So they have them in those little bed trolley things, don't they? And then obviously when they're wheeling you down onto the ward, you have your baby because you're on that bed. Yeah. Because you're on a bed, not in a wheelchair or anything, are you? Yeah. So we got to that, and then obviously we then started, we were having our moment and stuff, and then we started like FaceTiming people and sending a couple of messages. It was a good few hours later. Obviously, we'd updated like close family and stuff, and then my sister came at lunchtime.
Did she?
Yeah, but my mum and dad were really ill, so they
had to wear masks when they came around to your house.
They had a horrendous cold, didn't they? And they were like, we can't come to the hospital. They were so gutted. But my other sister came with the kids, and oh my God, it was amazing. Anyway, so we had to then stay in for 12, was it 12 or 24? We had to stay in for 24 hours, I think it was, because of the gestational diabetes.
I think it's as well, like when we're trying to talk about it, you're trying to piece the memories back together, because it literally disappears from your mind.
It is, it's hard.
That's one thing, is when you have a baby, your mind goes blank.
You know exactly, and you know how it all felt, and this, that, the other, but then trying to tell the actual stories, like...
And you just kind of... I think it's because we're so wrapped up in everyday life, rather than you don't kind of reminisce as much as you probably used to, or whatever.
Yeah, you don't, and then you also move on, and you're living in that moment, like, and you've got all these new milestones and these new funny little things that they're doing, and they're becoming this proper little human that's got its own little like personality, and you're like
17 to 18 months mark is just beautiful though, isn't it? Like you actually see them become a little person. I was so excited to pick Ruben up from nursery today. Like I was so...
That is my favourite thing, walking into that nursery and he's like and like running over to me. Oh my God.
I was driving home and I thought all day at work though today I've been like, I just want to get home to him. Like I could not wait to see him.
It's so nice. So we had to stay in for whatever it was, 24 hours, 12 hours, I can't really remember. But we had to do that because they needed to check our blood sugars the day after. Yeah. So Luca had to have a heel prick test to make sure that he wasn't having withdrawals from obviously the gestational diabetes. And then they had to make sure that mine was fine and that it had all gone away with my placenta. Anyway, once that was over and done with, it was a few hours, and then obviously you get your medication and this, that, the other, and talked through it and whatnot. But yeah, it's so then we got home and you were there.
Yes, we gave your mum an hour, didn't we, and dad an hour, and then we came.
We were there, and obviously they wore masks, bless them, which was so lovely. And I was like, well, you're not having your picture taken with your mask on, take it off, just don't breathe on him. Just hold your breath. But it was so lovely. Like they were there in my house. They'd put the heating on because obviously it's December. It was freezing. Yeah. And then the news came, and then I don't even really remember. I can't even really remember how long everyone was there for.
We were there for a couple of hours because your sister was there.
Yeah.
Both sisters were there. Your mum and dad were there, and then we came. brought you that little box of chocolate, bag of chocolates.
My bag of chocolates, which got demolished the next morning for breakfast.
But then you went, I need you to tell a story now, Al.
Right, so then that first night, it fucking makes me laugh this, but honestly, I'm like boiling inside.
I know. Every time it gets more passionate, this story.
Right, here we go. Story time, everybody. Story time. So, first night home. So we get into bed. And Kieran is moaning about how tired he is. Kieran's knackered. But yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
Did a full night's sleep night before?
He's also not just had the fucking major surgery.
Yeah.
So anyway, Kieran's sparkled next to us. I'm all propped up with my pregnancy pillows because obviously you can't.
You make a fortress round yourself though, to literally like that.
So that, yeah.
In a fucking coffin. Literally.
See, literally, you're sleeping sat up basically because you can't lie on your side. You're not allowed to lie on your side.
I tried and I couldn't.
Yeah. When you're on your back, you can't sit up and you haven't got the hospital bed going anymore.
Nothing to actually get yourself up.
Everything's been cut in two and stitched back together and you're expected to get up and
Normal bed.
But anyway, so we'd fallen asleep. Both of us had fallen asleep. I'm in this fortress. I'm in this fortress, right? Don't even know what time it was, but it's middle of the night vibes. Luca's screaming.
And it's your first proper night on your own.
So I'd woken up, I'd slipped off all the pillows. So I've got this big fucking fortress around me, right? I'm laid flat on the bed and I'm like, holy shit, I can't get up. I'm trying and I'm like, Kieran's over in the corner, right? Fucking Timbuktu down there, right? Because he's that far away from me in the bed.
Yeah, you've got a super king bed like me.
Yeah. It's massive, isn't it, though? Like, literally, he's over the other side of the room, clinging on for dear life to the edge. But so he's literally at the furthest point. So Luke is next to me, crying his eyes out. Can't even reach him. I'm like, so I'm like, Kieran. Still can't, like, I can just sort of like scratch his back with my nails. I'm like, "Rrr."
And he's probably thinking, oh, she's giving me bicycles.
He had no idea. He wasn't even moving. He wasn't flinching. I couldn't even hear him breathing. I was like, I don't even fucking know what's happening to him. I keep whacking my face on this. So I had to like scooch myself over somehow so that I could poke him even more. So I'm literally like, Kieran. I'm bashing him at this point, right? Bashing him on the back. Didn't flinch.
Dead to the world.
Literally, I thought the guy was basically dead, but I was past the point. Didn't even check. It was just like, I need to get up. My baby's crying. All he wants is some milk, but this was getting like a full-on cry now. It's been 20 minutes me trying to wake him up. I'm like salmoning around the bed trying to move. I'm like,
I know the feeling. It's twinging. My section's twinging when I think about the pain.
Don't even know how I managed to do it. It hurt. My God. But you also can't like shuffle yourself off the side because you've got the next to me. So I think I had to like go all the way down the bottom of the bed, like bum shuffling it.
The pain you must have been in the alley.
Finally got up. Tell you what, I missed out on the last time I fucking spoke about it. So obviously sorted Luca out, whatever. Next morning, woke up. Kieran's like, oh, did he sleep through? Like, did he sleep through? Are you actually taking the piss right now? Did he sleep through? How did he not? First of all, I'm like, oh, you're alive then? Like, but I don't know how he slept through the screaming for like 20 minutes. It literally was 20 minutes or something. So Luca screaming, but also me bashing him. I was shouting him. The neighbours, God knows if they could hear me or what, but I'm surprised they didn't come knocking on the door. What's going on?
Honestly.
That first night, my God, I could have battered him when he said that.
It really it tickles me right every time you tell me that story, because I think it's because as well, I know the pain that you was in. I can actually still feel it.
I also think like maternal instinct's completely different to fathers.
I've had a deep sleep since Ruben was born. I don't think you rest the same until like someone else has got your baby. Like my mum's got got Ruben, I can have a good night's sleep.
But anyway, so that was our first night at home. And I'll never forget it. I'll never let him live it down. But it's been the same ever bloody since. He when we've gone through bad sleep regressions or he's learnt something new and it messes his sleep up or whatever, he's no idea. No idea what's going on.
The thing is as well though, our first night home, we'd not got any sleep because we'd been in the hospital for 3 days. We'd got no sleep. And Stuart had been doing all the night feeds. Stuart had been doing all the feeds.
Princess Laws.
Literally, he'd been doing all the feeds. He'd been getting up because I could not physically move. I couldn't move for 8 hours though. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't walk. So anyway, he'd been doing all the feeds, so we were absolutely fucked more than me. And that night, same thing happened. Ruben woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and Stuart was like, "He's fucking awake again," and I'm like, "Of course he is. He's fucking wants some milk." But I could not get out of bed without the help because I was in the same fortress as you.
Yeah. The same fortress.
Yeah, but I was like, just going like that, felt like that. And he was like, "Why is it?" I was like, "Stuart, just let me get up, help me up." And he's going, "No, it's fine, I'll sort him out." I'm like, "Just get me up, I'll do the feed. I just need pushing off the bed."
Off the bed, literally.
Yeah, I can walk. I'm not incapable of walking. I can go and make a bottle. I just can't get off the fucking bed.
It's so bad, isn't it?
So we were in a different situation because Stuart woke up like that because he was next to me.
I was having a private row with myself because Kieran's dead next to me. You're there screaming at Stuart, "Just get me up!"
Oh, I think as well with the section, all your independence kind of goes. So all the independence that you had pre-pregnancy or even in pregnancy goes because you're so reliant on other people doing certain stuff for you, like hoovering or getting out of bed and getting off the couch. It's a nightmare.
It frustrated me a lot, that, and I think that's why I bust my stitches 3 times, really, wasn't it?
And I had antibiotics multiple times. Right. So we've chatted there about obviously our sections and inductions and stuff and after birth.
So Loz, right, I don't think we've never really ever touched on this. I think we've both said no, and then it just wasn't even a conversation. So placentas and people eating them.
Yeah, because I remember you telling me that you got offered your gestational diabetes placenta and you was like, "Yeah,
fuck off, bye-bye, nope. I know, and like, that's not me being rude or anything, but I was just like,
past the fucking point." The thing is though as well, people actually take the whole placenta home, freeze them, don't they? But apparently it's meant to be really good for you.
So yeah, like people eat them because it's all the goodness and stuff, but I don't see the
appeal.
No.
The
colostrum.
I actually managed to get but it comes out pre-milk I think as well. So I managed to get a tiny little bit out and give it to Ruben on his tongue.
No, I didn't do that either.
Probably why I did manage to get a tiny bit, but I think that's probably why he's so fucking mental now.
You gave him a bit of you.
Literally I did.
No, none of that. And I don't know why, like, because some people are like all for it. None of that interested me.
It didn't appeal to me, but some people love breastfeeding. Breastfeeding never appealed to me. No. I don't think I'd have been able to because my milk didn't come through, but then it's because probably he wasn't suckling on it. But breastfeeding just never, like the midwife was like, "Do you want to try it?" Because the less pushy now with breast is best.
Yeah, no, I think they just kind of let people
now, which is good, really.
I never even got asked. No. Well, so they said, "Are you
bottle or breast?"
Bottle or breast, and I just said bottle, and they were, yeah, no worries, that was it.
I didn't take. Cause in my head, I was thinking, I want to be able to, like, my mum and dad obviously had him quite young, and I wanted them to be able to help in a restaurant. I know you can extract extract your milk and stuff like that, express your milk and stuff, but for me, I just didn't. Apart from the weight loss that apparently you have from breastfeeding.
Apparently that's with your second.
Is it?
So I heard. Yeah. I heard that with your second, you should breastfeed because the weight fucking drops off you.
It's hard though. For people that breastfeed, honestly, hats off to the mums that breastfeed because there's a lot of pressure on you. Your boobs are apparently killing you.
Your boobs are killing. You are the sole provider. Like, yes, all right, there's expressing milk and stuff, but people don't like to willy-nilly just give the baby their express milk. Like, it's like documented and like dated and like really, 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 like they are thorough with it. And they wouldn't just be like, oh, will you feed the baby? It would have to be for a reason, like if they were to use their express milk, because
Yeah, exactly.
it's so hard for them to do it, isn't it? And like you say, every credit to them for doing it, but it just wasn't a me thing. Like it just didn't interest me, and I knew straight away that I wasn't going to breastfeed. I think from even like getting pregnant, I knew I wasn't going to breastfeed, but I just didn't want that extra bit of
that load, that extra mental load, that extra physical load. And especially after having a C-section and then breastfeeding, I don't know how mums do it.
And like say, like you could, my mum and dad were around a lot in the beginning, in those early weeks, especially once Kieran had gone back to work. They go back to work after 2 weeks and you're still 4 weeks before you can do much. Like you are so still. And my mum and dad were around a lot, especially my dad and my sister. And they'd like come round and feed Luca while I went up and had a shower.
I remember that. Yeah, your sister was very helpful though, wasn't she, as well?
It was a godsend, them just doing that.
I've actually enjoyed this episode, Al. Yeah. I genuinely have. I think
I enjoy every episode, Lars.
Yes, you do, and so do I. I love spending time with you.
That was cringe.
But yeah, thank you very much for watching. We're just going to wrap it up now, and we hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions, bob them in the comments and we'll make sure to answer them in the next episode.
Give us a like and a follow on Instagram and TikTok, and subscribe to YouTube and follow us on Spotify, because we are now on 4 platforms. So yes, you will find all things Say It Like a Mum everywhere now.
Yes, it's very exciting. We're growing slowly. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. See you later.
See you soon.